Oh, man. Well, Dominique Robinson, man, 4 years in Chicago, about to head down to Houston, just signed a new deal with the Texans. Thanks for coming on, man. We really appreciate it. Second guest of all time, so thank you, man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
How's everything been?
It's working out. Free agency was not too bad. I didn't have much to worry about. Really the agents take care of all of that. So I mean, he's talking to me and telling me things in terms of what he thinks was best and stuff like that. But it wasn't too bad. So
Yeah. Well, first off, I know you have one little boy, and I know you just announced that you have another one on the way, so congratulations, man. That's a blessing.
thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Congrats.
Yeah,
You getting any sleep?
Yeah. So once he turned 6 months, we sleep trained him. So he sleeps from 7 to 7, and it's phenomenal.
That's crazy, man.
But before that, bro, it was trash, like bad.
And he
I
can
could
just go
only
straight
imagine.
through. He can just goes 12 hours straight through, 7 to 7.
He pops up, but he doesn't need anything. He doesn't need any milk or anything.
Yeah.
Like he'll pop up, cry, make a few noises, and then he'll put himself back to sleep, find a pacifier in the bed. So,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a good cycle.
yeah, it's
You,
solid.
you made it through the rough parts, but then you're about to
Yes.
have to do it all over again
Yeah,
here.
about to
Here
restart.
coming up.
I know. So hopefully we get him on the same schedule at some point before the 6 months. But yeah,
Well, yeah, that's awesome, man. Congratulations.
appreciate it.
You just finished up 4 years in Chicago. You find out you're going to Houston. Houston obviously is an amazing. They were just in the playoffs, have an amazing defense. What was kind of going through your mind when you realized that you were finally going to be a Texan?
Honestly, that free agency thing is so kind of it's kind of stressful because you play hard. I didn't have the numbers that I wanted at the end of the season, but I knew I played well enough to be able to go somewhere. So at the end of the season, I was like, man, I should be able to. Out of 32 teams, or 31 other teams, there should be somebody who who likes the way I play, who's seen enough tape that I do special teams and everything. So I'm like, out of 31 other teams, there has to be somebody. So when my agent told me the teams that were interested, and the Texans was one, I was definitely like, oh, that's a solid fit. And then to find out that they wanted me as much as I wanted to be there, I mean, you can't pass that away. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was excited. Definitely was a great feeling.
Yeah, definitely sounds like a good match for you. I'm glad. What other teams were you considering?
I think Indy might have been on the table, but I'm not sure. That's just agent talk. So I know that they were one of the other ones.
Yeah. So what about Houston made that? I know you said it was very mutual, but was there anything else that you were looking at as to why you chose to go to Houston?
Not really. Other than I'm a guy. I like being wanted. Like if somebody tells me that they want me, I'm gonna probably go to that
Yeah.
to where I'm wanted. You know what I mean? Like I've been in
Exactly.
situations where the want just hasn't been there, and I've been in Chicago for 3 years, and I felt like a certain staff. This staff was really good, this past staff, but the staff before this staff that got here was there. It got to a point where I just felt like they didn't want me there, and I had 2 or 3 more years on my contract, and it was like I'm kind of just floating around the building, like it is what it is. So to be wanted, I couldn't pass it up.
Yeah, you can't beat that. And they're a great team. Obviously, they have
Yeah.
one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the
for
NFL.
real.
So, how does this opportunity kind of compare? Because you're going into year 5. How does this opportunity with a new team compare to when you first entered the league in Chicago?
It's always a fresh start. The only difference is that they have tape. They have tape on who I was before I got there. And like coming out of college, they have the college tape, but that doesn't count because you're not playing against pro athletes, on that kind of level with that kind of speed. So it's always a fresh start. Like I'm excited to have a fresh start to be able to go in and try to earn a spot. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And then when you reflect on, I'm glad you got the fresh start. A fresh start's good. I
Yeah.
said, I got a fresh start moving down here to Florida, and it
Yeah,
changed
it's
a
phenomenal.
lot for me.
It really is.
But when it is all said and done, and you do look back at, they ultimately are the team who took a chance on you in the 5th round. What are you going to appreciate most about your time with the Bears?
I appreciate the environment here, in the staff. Like the the coaches are come and go. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I had a D-line coach for 3 years, and he ended up being fired, and then I ended up getting a new one. But like the GM, the assistant GM, the president, like all those people, they appreciated me, and I appreciated them.
Yeah.
So to have like that kind of mutual feeling from the top down to the bottom was really cool, and I genuinely appreciate the level of respect that we have for each other, and just being able to talk to each other, like um, being upfront with each other.
Yeah.
Like things weren't going good. The GM would tell me certain things, and I'd just be like, I understand. It's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And same with the president. So in terms of that, like I don't think you could get any better than that. Like that kind of upfront,
Yeah.
let you know what it is. So,
And you kind of know. I mean, no one. It seems like no one plays for one team, so you kind of know that you are going to be elsewhere. You are going to be moving. Like even the best of the best, you can say Tom Brady. Even he played for two teams. Like
right.
it's bound to happen. It's just a matter of when. And I mean, now it seems like a good time. I mean, Houston's really good, but you know that. Is there anyone that you are excited to get on the field with in Houston, whether it's offensive or defensive?
Yeah, they're two DNs, Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. Like they're two of the best in the league. So to be able to, and Will's young, and this is a league where you if you don't keep learning, you'll fall off at some point. So, and I'm rarely not freshly new, but I'm still in the learning process of the position. So to be able to watch Danielle on one side and then Will and the others it'll be great.
Yeah.
Take some notes and stuff like that. So it'll be cool.
Yeah, we'll get into your position changes and everything like that here later on, but I just kind of wanted to rewind the clock. We're all from the same area. Me and him are from Massillon. You're from Canton. Your dad was actually one of my basketball coaches my sophomore year. Great dude. I love that man. I don't think there was a day there wasn't a day he came in where he wasn't smiling. Like, I love Coach Rob, but
Who he is.
Yep. And then just growing up in Canton, home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, did you kind of feel pressure to have to play football growing up in Canton?
So. It kind of my family was a basketball family, so
Yeah.
I wanted to play basketball. I wasn't even gonna play football in my junior year, but things.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I know. I thought I was gonna be a hooper, man. I was like, dude, I'm trying to ball, but
Hey, I feel that.
Dream.
yeah,
Hoop
but the
dream.
circumstances was like, yo, I had one of my dad's older friends. His name is Spino. He was like, look, he's gonna be a Division I football player, so he's gonna have to play football. At that point, it was like, you play sports to get a scholarship at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
I'm like, ain't nothing happening for hoop. But in terms of football, nah, it is, but it isn't for me. Like it was one of them things where I was like, if I played, I played. If I didn't, I didn't. As long as I got a scholarship at some point.
I feel like it's like that in a lot of ways. I feel like a lot of times when people are forced, you get a negative connotation from it, from like the kid and everything. When they feel forced to do a certain thing, they want to rebel and go the other way. So
Yeah,
having
for real.
the
Like I
freedom is
remember,
nice.
yeah, I remember when I told my dad, I was like, yo, I'm not playing, because I went to Timken first. So when they closed Timken down and I went to McKinley, I was like, yo, I'm not even gonna play football. And my dad was like, if that's your decision, I'll stick with you. And then when he said that, I was like, cool. I was like, I'm gonna take this whole summer and really work on basketball. And then that conversation happened, and I was like, well, I guess
That's why, even for me, like, I mean, you went to McKinley, we went to Massillon. Like, it seems like if you were even on the field, you can get an opportunity to go to the next level and play. And I ultimately did play college basketball, but part of me, like looking back now, I wish I would have played football and just at least saw what would happen. But
yeah,
I was going to ask before you said that, because that's when the whole Timken shut down and you went to McKinley. I thought that would be more of a motivating factor for you to play football, being that it's Canton McKinley and not Timken.
yeah. So that I'm like, that loyalty thing for me is huge for some reason, and it's a good thing, but it's like when I put my nose down and I really work for a team or a specific thing, I don't want anybody else to have my talent. So like I was all in for Timken football, basketball, track. Like I was all in. I did not like McKinley. Like when those games were played, when I was at Timken, and even going in middle school,
Yeah.
I wanted Massillon to win the Mass McKinley. I was like,
That's crazy.
I was like, yeah, like I don't know if I took it down, but there's a picture on my Instagram. I might have took it down where I'm rooting for like. I took a picture of it and I posted it. I'm rooting for Massillon to win. Like I'm excited. And so when that happened, dude, I was just like, I was already hot. I'm like, these idiots closed the school. Like, bump you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play football.
You never thought about transferring to Massillon and helping us out a little bit?
Bro, my dad and I went through the ringer on trying to get transferred. Like we were trying to, because I was in early. The issue was I was in early college. So the early college program in Canton, I was in that where you get 2 years of college done in high school. If it wasn't for that, I think we would have transferred to Massillon. Because my dad's church is in Massillon, so we would have figured out a way to get to Massillon. Because we were like we were looking at RG Drag to try to figure out how we were going to get the classes to transfer. Yep. We were doing a lot trying to figure it out. So,
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it could have happened.
Because he was my coach. He was coaching at Massillon my sophomore year, which was your first year of college. So right when you left McKinley, he came over to Massillon. He was only there for a year. But,
yeah. He loved it though. That was his.
No, your dad. I love your dad, man. And even when I see him now, when I'm home, your brother cuts my hair. If I see your dad, he's still just smiling. I don't think I ever saw him mad ever in my life. I mean, I'm sure you have, but I have not.
Big time.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. Just growing up in Canton, though, was there any a player that you looked up to, or even just anyone in the community that you looked up to really motivate you?
It's a few people, few coaches. My brother Anthony Robinson Jr. He played at McKinley, and then my second oldest brother Caleb, we played together at Timken. Like I was a quarterback, he was a receiver. So my oldest brother ended up going to Baldwin Wallace. Then my second oldest, he went to Charleston, West Virginia.
Yeah.
And that, like, when I seen him do that, I knew I was like, bro, I can go play ball somewhere. Like it ain't gonna be hard to go play ball somewhere. So they really inspired me on the terms of like working hard, understanding that like you can go play ball anywhere.
Yeah.
And then like a few coaches, Coach Reardon was our football coach was big in terms of my development in football. Coach Booman, Frank McLeod Jr. So there's a few coaches. It's a ton of people.
And McKinley hasn't beat Massillon in 10 years. You are the last time McKinley beat Massillon, you were playing quarterback. You're now a defensive end in the NFL. You're playing quarterback.
Diving into the end zone, game-winning touchdown, breaking our hearts, man. Terrible.
Our freshman year of high school, we all hated you. We were like, oh my God.
Hey.
Are you even allowed to leave your feet in high school?
No, not allowed.
But just a lot of kids in the area, both Canton and Massillon, and even Akron, they dream of making it to the NFL, or even when we're all young, naive high schoolers, we think we're going to the NBA. I'm sure you thought that. I thought that at one point. As you get older, that's not the case.
Yeah,
but what does it mean? What does it mean to represent your hometown in the NFL?
It means a lot. It means a lot. To have family and friends be able to come out and come to games and stuff like that, and be able to just take care of them for the week or whatever. That's what you live for. You know what I mean? Like you work hard, and then to be able to kind of see those smiles on people's faces, it's unimaginable.
I mean, you're being an inspiration to everyone, even people my age. Like we've been following each other on social media forever, and I see your stuff and the stuff you post, and I mean it's motivating. I saw the workout video you posted today. I'm just like, how do I get built like that? I'm not in the NFL doing none of that, but no, I mean it's inspiring for sure. And I mean I love to see it because I know your family and I know your brother, your dad obviously, and there's no one that deserves it more than people in your family, in my opinion. So yeah, it's awesome.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yep. I know Brandon was we were talking before about your all the positions you changed and everything. So I know he wanted to ask you a question about playing quarterback, receiver, defensive end, whatever. So
yeah, just kind of, going back to earlier what you were saying about playing on a great D-line and everything. I feel like now DN, defensive line positions, definitely the most evolving, one of at least. You see a ton of guys coming out now touted as great athletes. What's it really take at the next level in the NFL, like skill-wise? What do you got to specifically have like in your bag, so they say, to succeed.
I think it takes a lot. It depends on where you at too and what scheme. So I say you have to be a little smart. If you're not smart, you got to be the man.
Exactly.
I say that's how it works. So,
Yeah.
And then in terms of like the athleticism, you got to be able to bend, like really your ankles, the flexibility, your hips, all that has to be on point. Either that or you're super powerful. Just be able to run through a guy. And now it's turning into almost a speed thing, dude. Like these guys it's nuts, man. And it's like I ran a 4.7 at the combine.
Yeah, we got your combine here.
Yeah, I ran a 4.7 at the combine. I thought I was gonna run faster than that, and I laid the 4.7 down, and people liked it though. Like it wasn't a knock. It didn't harm me at all in terms of draft and all that stuff. But now it's like, dude, these guys are running like 4.4, 4.5, almost every single one of them, and it's nuts. And I'm like, dude, But other than that, like they're looking at your get off. So apparently, like I know one of my first 10 seconds was really good. So that's stuff that they look at. If all those things are there, then somebody will find you and can work with you.
For sure. And then obviously, you play like offense, so you have it up here to be able to kind of combine with the athletics and everything like that.
And how did that happen? You played quarterback in high school your senior year, then you go to Miami of Ohio and you were a receiver, right?
Yep.
And then you ultimately transitioned to defensive end. Was it the year before COVID or the COVID year?
It was right. Yeah, it was right before COVID.
How does that happen? How do you go from playing quarterback to playing receiver, then going from wide receiver to defensive end? How does that happen?
Yeah, so I honestly played running back my whole life, like
so you're just an athlete.
Up until 8th grade, and it was my dad's idea. He was like, "Yo, man, like you about to go into high school? Let's switch the position, play receiver or something to take the load off of your body. Running back is a heavy job."
Yeah.
And at the time, I'm like, "Yo, I don't want to. I like running.
Give me the run."
Yeah, every play.
Yeah. So when I got I remember it was right after like a Crenshaw. I went to Crenshaw Middle School after a game. Timken's head coach, Coach Hand, came to me. I think we were talking about, he was play quarterback, and I'm like, I ain't never played quarterback in my life. He was like, you're smart enough, you could play quarterback. So when I got to Timken, I didn't play my freshman year because early college was pretty rigorous, and I would have been on JV anyway. So I didn't play football my freshman year, and then my sophomore year came around. It was that time, so I ended up moving to quarterback. Learned how to throw. I mean, I knew how to throw a ball, but I learned how to throw a ball a little better. And it was rough. Like, if I show you I don't have the tape, but if I were to find the tape and show you, like, I threw the ball in the ground a lot. Like, I'm talking about dirt. I'm talking about just dirt balls. Like, you thinking I'm trying to spike it. It was bad. I went through that 2 years, 3 years of playing quarterback. I got to college, and I was technically like an athlete, but I was in the quarterback's room, so I could have.
Oh.
I graduated early. The year that my dad was your coach, I left. That's when I had left early because I wanted to play basketball too, but I left early and was already at Miami during basketball season of my senior year. So I'm in the room for like 6 weeks or whatever. And the thing is, my roommate, he graduated early too, so we were the two freshman quarterbacks that got in, and he was their style of quarterback. Like, he could pat the ball, sit in the pocket, throw darts. I could do the same, but it was moving too fast for me. I hadn't done that. It was in high school. It was like, yo, pick your receiver and throw it to him.
Right.
I'm not
or
reading.
Just run.
Yeah, right. Or just take off. Like, I'm not reading coverages for real. Like. His dad was a quarterback, and he knew how to play quarterback. So when it came to getting reps, he was already getting like the trash reps, but it was only room for so many trash reps, and he was getting them. I wasn't getting any, so I'm like standing in the back, watching this happen, and I'm like, yo, I
should be hooping right now.
Yeah, like I can't let this happen. So our quarterbacks coach come in the room during spring ball, and he's like, "Yo," he's joking, but he's like, "Yo, we got some receivers that are ineligible and hurt. Like, we gonna need some guys to move over to receiver today." And I'm like, "Yo, I'm not getting any reps anyways at quarterback, so I might as well go run some routes, like be useful."
Yeah.
And at the end of that practice, the head coach came to me and was like, "Yo, I mean, if you want to stay at receiver, you can stay there." I said, "All right, it's cool with me." Yeah, like it's cool with me.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna get on the field.
Hell
I
yeah.
did that for 3 years. I ended up having a List Frank surgery. If this is like this is my big toe. This is the toe next to it. I tore the ligaments in here, or something like that, and I got like a plate and some screws. It happened during spring ball. It was like 2 days before spring break. I was hurt.
That's brutal.
I had to stay on campus and get surgery.
Plans ruined.
Yeah, bro. All plans ruined. I couldn't go home. I couldn't go see my lady. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. So I ended up having surgery, and that kind of like derailed the receiver thing. I missed all the camp. I ended up playing that season. I had a few catches and stuff like that, but I wasn't getting the reps that I wanted, that I needed to take it to the next level. And then at the end of that season, I ended up texting my coach again, and I'm like, "Yo, I think I'm moving to DN." He was like, "You could try tight end too." I was like, "Nah, I'll stick with DN."
That's what I was going to ask you, because I didn't know if you made that switch from receiver to DN because like you were a tight end weight. Like, how much were you weighing at receiver? And then
I was like 230.
Oh, that's a big receiver.
Yeah. I was like 230, 235.
So it was kind of your decision to move?
Yeah,
positions?
both changes were my decisions.
Wow. And what was the hardest part from offense your whole life, pretty much, to defense your, fourth year of college?
Yeah.
So what was the hardest part?
It was the physicality. Like,
Yeah.
you're not used to that. Every play, you're putting your hands on somebody. You know what I mean? Like, there's no comparison to that. So getting off the ball was like trying to get my hips were hurt. I remember my hips were in so much pain like those first few weeks, because your body's not like getting down and crunching over to get out of a stance every play. And other than that, those two were probably the hardest things.
And then playing, you're a smart player. You played quarterback, running back before that, played quarterback, and then receiver. That kind of do something for you mentally and give you advantages when you were playing defense? Like, you kind of knew what to look for?
Just slightly. And I've learned more as a DN too with like hard counts and stuff like that. You kind of get a feel for the way the O linemen are in their stance.
Yeah.
You pick up on little tips that the office is doing. But that's all a part of studying the game too. Like, we have iPads that we watch tape on. Like, if you watch so much tape, you'll start to pick up on the little tips and stuff that the offense is probably going to do in terms of yardage and stuff like that. Like, it's not that hard to pick up.
And I do have a question. I see them iPads on TV on the sideline. I don't think a lot of people know what those really show. When you're looking at the iPad on the sideline, what are you actually looking at? And it doesn't show the full play, does it?
It does not show the full play. So it shows it takes pictures. It shows like short. It's literally just photos of the play, like the end zone clip. So from the end zone down, and then the side view down. So like sometimes coaches will see these pictures, and it's like it's framed. You know what I mean? Like, you can see three or so pictures of one play.
Yeah.
So you're not catching everything, but if a coach, they're looking at it, and sometimes I've caught them where they see something that don't look right. Because it's a photo, they automatically assume like, "Yo, what was you doing?" It's like, I promise that photo ain't showing exactly what it needs to show. And then like the next day though, when they go into the room and we watch the tape, they're like, "Yeah, man, I thought something completely different on the sideline." And it's like,
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it doesn't show the full play. If it did, it would the game probably would be.
Yeah, way different.
Bad, yeah, because you fix this stuff quickly on the sideline because you can watch the whole play.
Oh yeah,
that's why. Even because I didn't really, I heard that you can't watch the play, but I'm sure there's a lot of people see, especially quarterbacks after they throw a pick. People probably think they're watching the whole play, but they're not. So
they're not. They're taking quick snaps of post what it looked like before and what it looked like after snap.
Damn. It has to be rough, man. I could not imagine throwing a pick in the NFL. I'd feel like the biggest loser in the world.
Thanks.
You ultimately made the switch to D-end, which paid off clearly. When you made that switch and kind of started to get a hang of it, did you realize, was that like when the NFL kind of like came to be reality, or was it after you started putting up the numbers at D-end? Did you see it kind of early on, or were you like, oh, I'm actually putting up numbers, like this is my real chance?
Yeah, so I remember my first game was during COVID. Well,
Yeah.
pro scouts would always come to the facility, and you know when you can see who they're looking at. You know what I mean? Like it's not hard. Like they
Yeah.
stand in the back and they kind of point, and
Yeah.
you know who they're looking at. So I was always one of the guys that I think they were watching, not coming to watch me, but especially as I got to like a junior, senior year, you knew it was only a few other people that they were there to see or visit during college. They don't speak to you, but you know when they're there. So
Yeah.
I knew early on that even if I didn't get drafted, I was going to have a chance to at least practice squad, like make a team. During COVID, we only played 3 games because we ended up getting COVID. Other teams ended up getting COVID, and it kind of just derailed the whole season. But my first game against Ball State, my first game and my first play, I ended up having a sack. I ended up having 2 sacks that game, and my first play was a sack.
Damn.
And then I had a couple tackles on special teams, and I think what I was told was that game was a game that kind of like changed things.
Yeah.
And I after the season, that's when I started getting hit up from agents. I get put on this this list called the freaks list. It's where like, apparently you look like a freak physique wise. And then I got put on the Senior Bowl watch list and the Combine watch list. So once that happened, it was like it just went up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you are a freak. I see your Instagram post. I'm like, right there, no one should be built like that. I mean, I know a lot of guys in the NFL are built like that, but that's just crazy. Like, do you know how much you eat a day?
I've seen pictures of you, dog.
You don't do
ripped up,
bad. You don't do bad.
Hey, thanks,
like,
man.
I seen one picture. I said, bro, ain't no way that's Brett.
Hey, I worked hard at it, man. I was tired of being skinny.
Not the same
much
Brett
do
from
you
Hoop,
weigh?
that's for sure.
Nah, for real.
Oh, I'm small.
I am 265 right now. I got up to last season. I got up to 275. I think I want to go on camp at 270 this year.
Oh, my God.
That's crazy because I'm looking at your RAS right here, and that's the only spot that's got a little red on it was weight. You're down at 253 because you had a 974 RAS, which that's freak level for those that aren't familiar with RAS. But yeah,
You got a
obviously
974?
Yeah,
Whew. What was Dean's? Dean had a 9.
it was up in the ranges. But yeah, obviously improving on weight, that thing's probably a 10 easily.
Yeah.
Man, so you're 265,
Yeah.
or I'm 212. Big difference there.
It is. It is.
Damn.
Actually crazy.
What do you eat every day, man? Like, do you know or how much calories you eat in a day? 5,000?
I don't know the calories, but I remember when I was trying to put on last season, I was eating close to, I think, 200 grams of protein. I think it was close to 200. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty normal, I feel like, for a person of your size.
Yeah.
My God.
It's
But,
going to be interesting when I'm done playing ball, what I get to. My wife jokes at me because when I was a receiver, she used to call me like super skinny.
Oh,
I know. And I was 230 then. And I'm like, I'm 270 now. I'm like, dude, I don't know. I definitely won't be able to get back down to 230. But
really?
no. I don't think so. Especially with aging, like getting older and metabolism slowing down. Like I don't think 230 is, unless I would have to stop lifting. And I don't plan on stopping.
Yeah.
So I definitely think I could get down to like 250.
I don't think
feel
you'll
like
have too much
that's pretty
struggle. Yeah, I don't think you'll have too much struggle, man. You see all these NFL guys retiring and they get cut up and they look great. They look like they were never playing on the line. Right.
Right.
Joe Thomas.
Exactly.
Yeah, nuts.
Crazy transformation.
Slim.
But D-end ultimately pays off, and then you get the call from the Bears, 5th round in 2022. I remember just like being so happy because I was younger, obviously, but I was still I think your brother was cutting my hair at the time, so I
Yeah.
remember you getting drafted. But what do you remember about getting that call from the Bears? And is that where you kind of were expecting to be picked?
No, it was it was stressful. Um, we I thought I was gonna go fourth round, but the way the draft works, they have the top DNs, like the top of your position. The guys at the top of my position, one of those guys was Boye Mafe. He was like my guy. We played together at the Senior Bowl. We were together for like 3 or 4 days, and even at the combine we were together. So I knew him, and I knew he's supposed to be a high draft pick. He ended up falling to, I think, either round 2 or 3. And when that happened, I was like, it's a trickle effect. So like once that he didn't go on day 1, I was like, yeah, it's just going backslide on everybody.
Yeah.
So when he didn't get drafted, I was like, all right, I'm about to slide to. I didn't know where I was going to slide to, but I knew it wasn't going to probably be around 4 anymore.
Yeah.
And then you sit there and we rented a room at Stark State College because my mom works there. And we had a bunch of people over on day 3. And I just remember sitting there and just watching the draft on the screen. And it was just stressful, bro. Like, you just sitting there, like, next to your phone, like, waiting on a call the whole time. And the call finally came. I didn't think it was going to be the Bears. I thought the Bengals were talking to me heavy. I ended up getting a call from, I think, Green Bay at some point earlier that day. So I was like, maybe Green Bay, maybe the Bengals. Like, and then the Bears called, and I'm like, I don't even think I spoke to them once during the draft process.
Oh, wow.
Like I spoke, you speak to every team at the Senior Bowl, and I think you speak to every team at the Combine. But those are usually like brief, like you just going around talking to teams. Like those aren't even long, like actual meetings. So when they called, I was like, oh, I think I spoke to him once, but it was cool though. It was cool.
Yeah. And just kind of backtracking, we were just talking about lifting. I see your combine numbers right here. Like 25 reps on the bench is crazy. My goal is 20 by like summertime.
Yeah,
But
not right now.
well, I'm working towards it right now.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like this summer you're trying to get 20.
Yeah, I mean, I can get 15 probably,
Oh, you'll be straight.
but
Yeah.
you never know, man.
Good.
I'm living in
Oh,
Florida,
no,
man. I
you're
lose
good.
weight every day. It's hot as hell.
I'm already knowing.
But,
Look, you just have some people show up, watch
Oh,
you.
I know.
You'll get those next. You'll get those like those 2 or 3 that you need.
Yeah, those
Just off
and
of-
that
off of
adrenaline.
juice.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I need. But what's how many days are you lifting now in the off season, and what's the lifting schedule kind of like during the season? We talked to Dean about this, and I'm sure it's pretty similar.
Yeah. This year I'm gonna go during the season. This year during the season was different than it was the last few years. The last few years, it was only 2 times, or it was only once during the season once it got late in the season. This year, it was twice, maybe 3. No, it was twice. It was 2 times during the season. That was throughout the whole season. Now we weren't used to that, and it benefited us, of course. But usually, like those first 3 years, it was once we got to weeks like 12, 13, like it cut down to once a week because the wear and tear on your body. But we were lifting 2 times a week. Right after the day after the game, we lifted. That was a flush. It was a light lift, and then I would lift at like 6 in the morning just because it was our assistant D-line coach wanted to meet with us at 7. So I would go and lift at 6 to be able to get to the meeting at 7, and it was smooth. Like all the strength staff loved me. They allowed me in there to do it, and you could have got an extra lift in if you wanted it, but I only needed to be in there twice. Postseason, or off season rather, I lift 3 times a week right now, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I do like movement stuff on Tuesday and Thursday, which is we're starting to get more D-line specific, but early on it was just like working on running mechanics, just trying to keep the body loose, stuff like that. So I didn't really beat my body up. But yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday lift, Tuesday, Thursday is moving, and then Saturday and Sunday I'm off.
So do you have a guy that you work with now in the off season, like a specific person that you've been working with for a while?
Yeah, so it was honestly a blessing how I came across the dude who I'm with. He was training he was training the Bears, like the wives or girlfriends, wives of the Bears. Like I don't know how they found him, but he was training them. And one of my boys from college, he worked out with him for a little bit too. So my boy from college was like, he was DMing me on Instagram like, yo, try so and so out. And I'm like, all right, I'm kind of blowing him off.
Yeah.
And then, my wife starts going to train with him. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yo, he's just training females. Like, I don't know if you know much about, that's the stupid stuff.
I get it. Yeah.
As a man, that's the stuff you think about. Like, he's just training a bunch of females. Like, he ain't really doing nothing for real.
Yeah.
And I remember right after my sophomore year, we were about to head to Hawaii. I went in just to get a little workout with Emma, or Emma's my wife, just to get a little workout with her right before we went to Hawaii. And I'm like, just get a little move around session. Yo, he killed me. Like, he did it on purpose because he told me later. He was like, yo, I did that on purpose. He killed me. And I'm like that. Like, I'm at peak shape, like for the most part. I'm at peak shape, peak strength, and he did me dirty. And I was just like, yo, this might be where I need to be at. You know what I mean? Like this is solid. And then there was an incident, not an incident, but like I still was like I knew I probably should have been there, but at the time I was like, I'm just gonna go to the facility and work out at the facility. Like it's the Bears, you know what I mean? Like
World class.
Yeah, like go to the facility, work out. I'm already here, but something just didn't feel right, and I was just like, I'm thinking God might be telling me to just stay with bro. And ever since then, like me and him is like this, like we tight, and I've seen jumps in my game. I think he's one of the best trainers around, but he doesn't get much. He doesn't really train many. Like he's not into that. I think he wants to. He wants to get into like training for combine and stuff like that. I think he's legit. Like he's made me faster. He's got me stronger. As long as you listen to him, you know what I mean. So
you're just working with him in the off season because you're about to move to Houston. So that's far down the road, but you think you'll come back and work with him next off season?
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is that's all a part of the NFL. Like most guys will buy a home where they train. So I got lucky enough to where we purchased this house and I train here.
Yeah.
Once I knew that he was gonna be my trainer, I knew it was okay to buy a home. So we're always gonna have this home. Like we're not selling it or anything. We're gonna live here in the off season because it's where I train at. Yeah. I think we're just gonna rent down in Houston, but there's definitely gonna be, because I even go to my massage therapist is at his place, and his wife is a physical therapist as well. So all of my pieces are here. Yeah. So it'll be tough to be trying to find, but I mean the Texans have physical therapists. The only thing that's going to be hard is trying to find a new massage therapist down in Houston.
When do you head down there? Oh, what's that? It's March now. I'm sure you got a while, but
yeah, I got a month. So April 20th is when OTA starts. So I'll probably head down, then do OTAs, and then I think in June is when OTAs let out, or late May is when OTAs let out. So I'll have 6 weeks to come back here, kind of not relax, but kind of start putting the hard hat on for training. And then once camp starts in July, we'll be down there.
Yeah, full time.
Yep.
That's crazy, man. So many people don't know, even I don't know. Like our friend Dean, I'm not going to sit here and ask him about his everyday life in the NFL. And people don't really know how it is, like the traveling and stuff. And you have a family, you have another kid on the way.
Yeah.
So just dealing with all that, as well as getting ready for however many weeks you're in the season now, 18 or something, long season. You're on a playoff team now, so
Yeah.
I mean, you were on a playoff team before too.
Right.
Chicago, yeah. No, we're good.
You didn't know. We didn't know. We knew. We kind of had a feeling we could have
Yeah.
made a run, but I know
Yeah.
for sure who I'm going to play out team now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a squad.
But what was kind of getting back on track here, the biggest learning curve from everyone in college is good, we know that, but what's the biggest learning curve kind of for you transitioning from college to the pros?
Probably the speed of the game. The speed
Yeah.
of the game is completely different. Guys are more savvy for the most part. Like, and that's what I tell like a lot of the younger guys. I'm like, the difference between there's not that many superior freaks other than like Myles Garrett, Max Crosby of your position, of that position. Like, those
Yeah.
are like Tom Brady was mentally a freak of the quarterbacks.
S tier,
Like,
A tier, B tier, all that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like what's his name? Patrick Mahomes. He's on the same level. It's just like these guys are different.
Yeah.
Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, in terms of receivers, like the top guys are the top guys for a reason. They're don't get me wrong, they have the smarts and stuff too, but for everybody else, what separates you from the next guy is tape and being able to just be smart, outsmart somebody or out physical somebody for the most part. Like, and a lot of times you're not going to out physical people unless you're,
Myles
just
Garrett.
like for the most part, you know what I mean? Like we're all grown men.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do it, and if you do, you're not gonna out physical them every game unless you're just a rookie.
Yeah.
So it's like having that savviness where you have your technique. That's what I'm trying to get at. Your technique has to be sound at all points, like all points. If your feet is not set right, trying to strike a block, next you know you slipping, you getting pancaked. Your hands ain't right. Next you know your hands is slipping off of the guy and they're into your body and you getting dug out. So it's like those little things where in college you could have, strike a guy and you may have missed your hands, but you just kind of bigger than them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Step or two quicker.
Yeah, right. So having that technique, you gotta have your technique has to be A1.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into that stuff. And I mean, I didn't play football. I mean, I did, but it doesn't count. Even with basketball that people don't know, just like footwork or football hand placement, like all that stuff matters. And I'm sure it's only amplified when you get to the pros because there is that margin for error. I mean, you know that. It's one wrong move, you're a meme now and you're getting made fun of on social media. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. Right. But was there any of who was there in Chicago when you got drafted? Who were the guys on that defense or anywhere?
Roquan Smith was our starting linebacker. It was the year before he had 18 sacks. I think he had the record for that season. Robert Quinn, and he was on year, I think 18, or maybe he was on year like 16 or something. Ooh. I'm talking about dude was old. He was drafted when I was in elementary school, so it was like it was one of them points. Yeah, no, for real, it was one of those where I got there, and he was the guy. Don't get me wrong, he was quiet. Like he was one of those dudes that you needed to watch. Like just watch him do his job, and you'll learn a lot from him. He don't speak much, but you watch him, and it was just like every time I seen him, I was just like, yo, this man was drafted when I was like in 5th grade.
That's
like, I wasn't even thinking about.
You were thinking about what you were at the book fair. Thinking about what you were at the book fair with $5.
I'm trying to figure out what the cosmic brownie in my lunch about to Meanwhile,
that's crazy though.
So to be on that level and see him at year
so
16,
long.
It's just like, man, and playing DN for that long. Like,
I was gonna say you can get away with that at kicker or something, quarterback. But when you're at
DN,
that's respect.
Yeah. He was in the training room every morning though. Like, he was beat up.
Oh yeah.
But so were those some of the guys that was there anyone that you would talk to on a daily basis that would help you, or were those kind of the guys that you would watch from afar and just kind of learn from just watching?
Yeah, so I ain't gonna lie, it was tough. My rookie year was tough. Going through camp, it was 3 rookies in the room. It was me and 2 other dudes, another DN and then an interior guy. they didn't make it through. They made it through camp, but they got cut at the last cuts. That's when NFL was cutting throughout camp. Now it's just one big cut at the end. And when they got cut, I was like, oh shoot, I'm the only rookie in here. Like,
there's got to be some confidence though.
I had confidence, but at the same time, it was like, yo, I'm about to get bullied in this joint. They was. You know, like those, they make you do like tell a story. They make you like tell jokes and whatnot. I'm like, I wasn't the joke. I told the other rookies, I was like, I was drafted. I'll buy all the snacks for the room. Just leave that to me. As long as y'all take care of the jokes and all that other stuff, like storytelling. And those two were charismatic guys. Like they loved doing that. I hated. I went to school like I didn't party much.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I just, I sat at home and played Call of Duty. Like I had no
wrong with
stories.
that.
I didn't have any television stories to tell. So, but when they left, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm in here by myself. But the one dude who I talked to every day, he was also a 5th-round draft pick. I think 2 years before I got there. His name was Travis Gibson. He was my dog. Like he didn't save me, but he like basically saved me. Like he took me up under his wing. He was a big jokester. Like he didn't, joke on me much, but like he kind of took the heat off of me because he dang near was like going back and forth with the older dudes in the room. So it was like they didn't have to need me to get up and tell a joke or a story or anything because he was joking. So he was my guy. Like we still talk to today. Today he's actually down in Texas, so I think we're gonna click up again at some point. But he was my dog.
Yeah, he definitely saved you, man. You got to appreciate that guy for life.
Oh, for life.
You had to buy the snacks and you had to take care of the other stuff
Man, bro. And it's sad. It's sad because like the rookies now, bro. Like we be joking on them. They don't even be taking care of us, man. Like,
damn.
I had a dude ask for so Rob, the other dude, the older dude who I mentioned, all he wanted was Coca-Cola and Haribo gummy bears.
Man.
To be exact, like those two things, it had to be Coke, Diet Coke, I think, and Haribo gummy bears. And then I had a dude ask for alkaline water, so I had to go to Sam's Club and buy packs of alkaline water for the room. It was just some of the stuff.
The most.
Yeah, bro. Like some of the stuff was absurd, and like trying to carry that. Like Emma would come in and help me carry the stuff into the room. I'm loading the room up like every 2 weeks for the stuff. These rookies, bro, nowadays they didn't even care about the snacks, man. Like we had a snack list on the board. Nobody said anything, and I'm not the kind of guy to jump on nobody. Like I don't care. Like if the snacks are in there.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Do you kind of have a going back to your rookie year? Was there a welcome to the NFL moment for you where you were like, whoa, man, like I better lock in every second of every play?
My first game, I had a really good game. I ended up having a sack and a half. And after that, I'm talking about trash, like straight garbage.
You were on the scouting report now. They're like,
yeah, for real. But the thing was, like, I was out there not knowing what I was doing at all. I was just like playing football, I knew what I was doing, but at the same time, I didn't have the wherewithal to even be like, all right, I'm about to do this here. I'm about to do this move. I'm about to do this move. I was just out there running around. So my come to the NFL moment was the rest of that season where it was just like, bro, this is sad.
Like, mentally draining at
bro, literally, like, this is bad. Like,
you're out there just getting cardio and pushed around.
Yeah, man, it was like, I could tell, like, that's when I knew I had to get stronger. I'm like, the run game was bad. I didn't get any more sacks the rest of that season. I don't even know if we even got close. And the way they were coaching certain things was just, for a young guy like me who only played a position for 2 years before that, it messed with me. Like, I'm a guy, like, if you tell me something, I'm going to do it how you're telling me. So, like, their coach would literally get on, yell at us about being behind the quarterback. And I'm like, so when I'm out there rushing, as soon as I go to do a move, I'm level with the quarterback. I'm going to stop so I don't get behind the quarterback. Just because you told me not to be behind the quarterback. I'm not trying to get taken out the game because I'm behind the quarterback. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So it's like, but if you watch tape, you're going to get behind the quarterback. You can't rush the passer unless you're behind the quarterback at some point, or unless the old lineman just stink.
Yeah,
so,
just bull rush right through them.
Yeah,
that
right,
don't happen
right.
In the
so,
NFL. Rarely.
And not all the time. Not all the time.
Rarely.
Some people, Miles Garrett, he doesn't even bull rush. So it all depends.
And that's the biggest part, man. There's just that mental aspect of it. Because you're in the NFL, everyone knows you can play, but it's just kind of that mental aspect of it and being confident at the end of the day. And
right.
I mean, you were ultimately able to overcome that. And then you played special. Did you play special teams in college too?
Yeah, I did. Kickoff, I was on punt, but I ended up hurting my shoulder. A punt return, I was on the block unit. I was not on kickoff return. So yeah, I played two of the 4.
And then you played special teams in Chicago, right?
Oh yeah.
And then do you think that was how important was being able to play defense and special teams, just like being able to establish yourself in the league?
Yeah, it's a league of the more you can do. You know what I mean? Like for the guys that get paid to rush the passer, they're not. They're not touching special teams at all.
No.
But if you think you're too good to do special teams, you're probably gonna be out the league fast. You know what I mean?
Later.
So I don't mind being on special teams. You know what I mean? So until I become the guy where I'm the paid DN.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on special teams, and I'm going to take my job seriously. I just think the more you can do, the better.
Yeah, that's kind of, we were talking to Dean about that. Special teams was huge for him. He played like all of them in college at Fresno and into the NFL. His first game, he made his debut here in Tampa, and he was straight special teams. I mean, I asked him after the game. He was like, "I'm used to playing defense and special teams." He said, "I'm out here chilling, but it is grueling."
No, it is.
He said it's horrible.
Yeah, that special teams, having that special teams is ain't too bad.
Yeah, what does playing special teams kind of teach you? He described it as basically the most physical form of football. Basically, just it's a grown man versus a grown man who lifts weights for a living, just running through each other's face. Like how is special teams really? Because field goal time, punt time, people go grab a snack, and y'all are out there just killing each other.
Literally, yes. That's a great way of saying that. It really is like the most physical aspect of the game. You gotta be on your P's and Q's. Like I started to become a crash out towards the end of the season, like headbutting people. Like I'm trying to. You have to get into a different mode. Like before every kickoff, like me and my boy would headbutt each other, and I'm not that kind of guy. I'm really not like.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do, and I'm not like a smelling sauce guy. Like I hate that, but.
I'll get it.
Oh, this guy is smelling salts merchant right there.
I might get one right now.
That's not. But yeah. So but you got to do what you got to do. Like I remember just running down on kickoff. That like jolt of like you know what I mean? Like it's time to go. You need it. So.
Yeah, Dean was. Cause I remember talking to him after that first game. It kind of felt his body felt good. He only played 10, 15 snaps when he's used to playing 70, but then I think as the season went on, he was kind of like, oh damn, my body feels crazy after every single game, even if he's only out there for a little bit. But what areas of your game do you think has improved the most from 2022 to now going into your 5th year, mentally, physically, both?
I think every aspect of the game. Truthfully, I understand how to play DN better. I understand offense is a little better. I'm getting strong. Like I'm getting way stronger. I'm understanding. I was so far behind that now I'm able to work on the little things. Like I'm able to work on hand placement. I'm able to work on having a better get off. And not have to be worried about everything else that goes on pre and post snap. So. I'm getting to that point where now I'm just honing in on the little things instead of having to worry about like the huge, like you need to learn a pass rush move. Like I know how to do pass rush moves. It's not that big of a deal now. Yeah. But early on it was like, dude, I don't have any moves. I don't have a long arm. I don't have a cross chop. I don't have a swipe like the swipe. So every aspect of my game has improved.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. And I think getting a second contract in the NFL, that's amazing. What's the average career length? It's like a little over 2 years.
2.5, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. And you're on year 5, so you doubled that already.
I was going to say doubling up on that this year.
Blessings.
Hell Do you have any big goals for this upcoming season? Fresh start, new team, really good team, personal goals, team goals. You know you'll be in the playoffs.
Yeah, my personal goal is the same as last year. I had a personal goal of trying to get 6 sacks. It didn't happen last year, but I had 2.5, so
Yeah.
it wasn't too bad. It got me in a good spot. But I'm saying I'm having the same goal. If I can get 6 sacks this season, and that's really my only goal that I have. Yeah, I know everything else will. My job as a DN is to get sacks.
Yeah.
I don't need to have any other goal to hit but getting sacks. So
Yeah.
if I get 6 sacks, I think I'll be straight.
Yeah. I know Brandon wanted. We were talking. He went to OU. He went to Miami. He wanted to ask you a little bit about just being at Miami and what you kind of want to do after football.
Yeah, no, you said you did like the early college program at
Yep.
Timken and everything, or McKinley, or did 2 years of completion there. How far? Like, do you have your master's from Miami? Were you there
No,
long
so
enough
I
to get
started
that?
it. Yeah, I started it. So my degree is in psychology.
Mm-hmm.
I started it. My master's. I took 6 classes. I only have 4 left. I want to finish, but I do not plan on doing it while I'm playing football. There's a program post football that will pay for schooling after, so I think I might try and finish after football. But yeah, I think I want to get going to that kind of field. I really just wanted to be like a school counselor. You know, I like giving back and speaking to the youth. So I think a guy in my role would be pretty valuable in that kind of situation.
For sure. That's what I was kind of wondering too, because I saw it was psychology, just looking on like your profile
Yeah.
from Miami and everything. So I don't know if that's something you'd want to do, maybe for like athletes and stuff, maybe at your level. But just kind of scrolling through your profile, I got the vibe that that's something you'd want to do for like the youth and things like that, and work with schools and everything.
Yeah, so I'm looking. That's what I plan on doing. And here they have like this. They have this program called BAM, short for becoming a man. And basically, I would go to Waukegan High School. It's like right down the road, and I would sit in their sessions and just chop it up with the high schoolers, kind of give them my piece on whatever topic they were talking about. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. So I think that's a solid thing to have in schools.
For sure. For sure.
So do you think, I mean, you don't know yet, but would you want to stay when your career is all said and done, stay in Chicago, or do you want to go back to Northeast Ohio and be closer to family and stuff like that?
Yeah, we definitely want to. I personally want to move back to Ohio, maybe Columbus. I know we have, her family is closer to Columbus. Her sister is in Columbus. Her mom is in like Mount Vernon, and my parents are still in Canton.
Yeah.
So I think if we were to move anywhere, it would probably be the Columbus area. I think we both, as of now, agreed that once football is over, that we will move back to Ohio. But we will see as time goes on with kids and stuff.
Right.
Right now, I'm sold on it, dude. I'm like, let's go ahead and try to get a crib, and start getting that all settled. But we'll see when time. But yeah, I plan on moving back to Ohio.
Yeah, because I saw when I was home for Christmas a couple months ago, your brother was back from South Carolina. He moved back and he cut my hair, and I was kind of surprised that I didn't know he was down there for. He said a couple years. I'm pretty sure, like he was down there for a little bit.
He was down. Yeah, he was there for a while.
Yeah.
And I think the only reason why he moved back, so my older brother was down there too. Caleb was down there, and he moved to North Carolina with his. He's about to get married actually on Friday, so.
Oh, wow.
He's about to get married. He moved to North Carolina with her, so Joshua would have been left in Charleston by himself, and he was just like, and he was wanting to come back home. Like he wasn't mad about it.
I mean, it's good though to get out. Like I think in 2 days it'll be exactly a year since I moved, and like I said, it's been great. I think everyone should just try to get out, at least for a little bit. Because I mean, look, Jasper's a perfect example. He left, and you could always come back. And he's familiar with everybody. His family's there.
It'll always be there. Home will always be there.
Yep. But I didn't put this down there, but this is something I'm kind of interested in. Ask Dean the same thing. I kind of want to know a day in the life of you during the season, or maybe even a week. You can just kind of wrap up every day into a week. But what's a week in the life being in the NFL?
So the week starts on Wednesday. Wednesday is like my Monday. Tuesday is our off day. If we play on a Sunday, for everybody, you play more Sunday games than you do Monday night or Thursday. Wednesday is like our Monday. Wednesday for me is. I watch tape on Tuesday of the team that we're going to play the following Sunday. So I watch just a brief overview. And maybe like a half of a game. I'm not really taking many notes. I'm just trying to figure out what do they like to do? What kind of run schemes do they like? So that's all on my off day at some point. Once Wednesday morning, I would go lift at 6 and then go to our meeting, our D-line assistant meeting that starts at 7. It's not mandatory, but it benefited. You didn't have to be there, but I was always there. Unless I was in the training room, which that happens too. So training room opens up at 7. If you're hurt, if you're on the injured list, you gotta be there at 7 or you're getting fined.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Wednesday, and then first meeting is at 8. You eat and all that right before everything. First meeting is at 8. That's a special teams meeting. And then we go to our unit meeting, D-line or defensive unit meeting. We might have a team meeting in there, depending on the day. And then D-line meeting, and then we get a break. Then we might have a walkthrough. And then we practice, I think we practice at either 12 or 1. Practice runs about an hour and a half to 2. So from 1 to 3, then we have meetings to watch. We have time to take a shower, eat, have a special teams meeting, and then we finish up with our D-line meeting, which is we watch practice. And usually the emphasis on a Wednesday practice was first and second down. Thursday comes. After that, we usually get out around like 5. This is early in the season. Get out at 5. I come home. I would, chill with the wife a little bit, play with Deej, that's my son, give him his bath, put him to bed, and then I watch tape like right before I go to bed, after he's asleep and stuff like that, and then do it all over again to be up at 7 or whatever, to be able to do it again. So and then Thursday it's the exact same schedule, but the practice emphasis is now third down, and then same thing. And then Friday is called Fast Friday, so that's our like short day. We get out at like 1, which is solid. So you go in, you have all the same meetings, and then you kind of practice is supposed to be like quick. It's supposed to be like our last cleanup before the Saturday practice, like full speed. So you hit everything: first, second down, third down, goal line, red zone. You hit all the stuff you need to hit. And that day is usually a solid day for me. I don't watch tape on Fridays. I told everybody, like, Friday is my day that I do not watch tape at all. I don't want to, like, this is
You don't
my
want to
time.
do too much, yeah.
Right, like, this is my time in the week that I'm with family. Usually, like, parents are coming in, her parents are coming in, or her sister, my brothers, like, somebody's coming in usually that time. So I'm like, I'm not going to watch any tape today. This is my day. Watch some high school football, and then Saturday is a walkthrough in the morning, and then if we play at home, I come home and I drive downtown and stay at the hotel that we stay at. If it's away, we go in and then we leave from the facility and we go to wherever we're playing at, and then Sunday is game day. Monday is our flush day, so we'll go in, lift, get moving, watch the tape, clean it up, get our grades, go home. That's a quick day too. And then Tuesday is off, and then the week starts back over again.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Because at the end of the day, it is a job. Like, y'all ain't out there
Oh.
just on TV. Y'all are in there all day, every day.
It's a full. I remember my rookie year, when I like the first time that I got out of the facility at like 5 o'clock, and I was in like 5 o'clock traffic. And it hit me, and I was like, "Oh, this is legit." Like,
They're all leaving their office job
Right.
in the NFL. Like, y'all
Right.
both are at work. Y'all
this
both
is-
going home from work.
we both are at work, because as a rookie, you don't, it's all a child's game. You know what I mean? So you don't really realize that you're at work
Yeah.
until you leave, and then you realize like you're in traffic with all the people who are also at work, and you're like, "Oh, this is some grown up stuff." Like,
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
legit.
it's kind of like it could be humbling in a way though, kind of like a little reality check. Like,
Yeah, for real.
I'm on TV once a week. They're not, but we're still stuck in traffic. So that's crazy, man. I don't know, Brady. You got anything else you want to ask?
Yeah, I did. Just speaking of travel for games, you've been in the league now a couple of years. Have you played in an overseas game yet?
Yes.
Are you a fan?
Well, I knew I wasn't playing that week, so early in the week. So, and that's another thing. Like, you can be made inactive. You're on the 53. Like, you made the team, but they could just decide not to play you that a certain week.
Right.
When you're not the guy. You know what I mean? So it was that week that we went to London. I played in London. They decided that I was not going to play. So I was chilling.
Enjoying the trip.
I was chilling. Once I knew I wasn't playing, boy, I took it serious. Don't get me wrong. Like, I went to practice,
For sure.
like I did everything. I wasn't like, I'm not a dipstick, like a guy that's causing issues, because if you're a guy that causes issues, they get rid of you.
Yeah, exactly.
So once I knew I wasn't playing, though, I was like, cool.
You still go though?
Now, yeah, I still went. Wifey, she came too, so we and her, we went downtown. We were in London doing things, took a tour and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, it wasn't bad. I hated the thought of it at first because I don't like really flying. But once you get on the plane and I got my game or whatever, like, I'm cool.
Yeah, I listen to tons of interviews and stuff. I feel like I hear a mixed opinion from a bunch of different players, so I was definitely curious about that.
Yeah, but the thing was, like, we did it the right way, to where we got there 4 or 5 days before we played, so we had time to get adjusted to the time,
right?
Relax our bodies. We weren't trying to kill us in 2 to 3 days. And I thought that they did it right. Now, I've heard other teams that try to get there 2 days before they play, and it's like, you're not adjusted.
Everybody's jet lagged.
I think the Rams did that. Someone made a big deal out of it. But then it went wrong.
So we did it the right way. As long as you do it the right way, it's fine.
I got you.
Does Houston? Did you look at the schedule? Do you guys play overseas at all this year?
I did look at the schedule. I am not sure if we play overseas. I don't think they definitely have probably that out yet, but I'm not sure if we're overseas.
I'm gonna try to pull it up real quick.
While he does that, favorite stadium just at stateside in the NFL that you've played in?
Yeah, so far, it's SoFi. That's out in.
Oh yeah.
That's
LA?
and Vegas.
Yep.
So,
Allegiant.
Yeah, SoFi and Allegiant, bro. Those two are top notch. We played the Chargers a few years back, and I was just like, yo, this is crazy. And then we played the Raiders last year, and just the interior of that place. One, black and silver, like, the colors are just phenomenal.
It's always going to look sleek.
Exactly.
Very sleek, like, this. It's like Central Catholic. You can't get better than just regular green and.
That's where my mom works.
In Ohio, like, that regular green and white for some reason just looks great.
It's clean, yeah.
It's clean, and that's the same way. That's how I feel with the silver and black. It's like you can't get any cleaner than that. So I think that helped it.
Definitely.
And you guys play at Cleveland, a little kind of homecoming game for you. At Pittsburgh, this guy's a Steelers fan.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think the dates are out yet, so I don't know who you're going to be playing.
No, they're not. They're not.
Yet,
They'll do it soon.
But yeah, at Cleveland, that'll be good to go back home for a week.
Yeah, get to chop it up with Harold.
Not down here in Tampa, though. Oh, well.
Nah.
I'll watch on TV. But I don't got anything else. I don't know if he does. I don't want to keep it too long. I know you got to – tomorrow's Wednesday. You got to work out.
Got to lift.
You lift in the morning or kind of
up
just –
the body? Nah, so I used to. Last year I did. This year at noon, which is perfect. Like, I get to wake up, eat, not be like in a rush.
Yep.
But
be a dad.
Yeah. It's
slow
solid.
mornings are always nice too.
Sure. It is. It kind of gets you it gets you going. So I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got, man. thank you so much for coming on.
Oh yeah, bro.
I appreciate it.
You know, we don't do this. We just do this for the love of it. We like to sit down. We don't care about nothing else. We just like to sit down and talk to people. No one wants to hear us talk, man. Like, some people might, but the majority of people don't. So thank you so much for coming on, man. It means
of course.
the world to us, and we'll be wishing you the best this year. Been watching you all 4 years. It's not going to change in year 5. So, yeah, good luck, man.
I appreciate you guys.
Good luck, brother.
Yep.